Thank you for joining me for another quick hits conversation. I'm Dr. Robyn. With me today, I have Brandon Mahoney, Domenico Ciarello, and Bridget Mahalik. And I would like to ask the question, does replying to email or a social media invite too quickly make you seem like you're unimportant or not busy, or is ASAP always the best practice? Brandon, what do you think?
So when I think about the way in which I've replied to emails over the years, when I used to receive an email, I felt get to it right away. And then I started to have that feeling of, oh, I'm replying too quickly. I seem like I'm not busy enough. I should wait, make it seem like I'm a busy individual. But anymore, when I see an email, I just get to it. I think there's too much overthinking when it comes to responding to emails. If someone emails me, get back to them right away, and then I can move on. Otherwise, you can end up getting lost in your day and completely forget.
I have a feeling that, and I've read this a long time ago, an entrepreneur guru said, when you wake up, your email box is going to be full tomorrow morning. And that's a scary thing, because I have some friends where they tell me they've got 500 emails unread and unanswered. And I think scary thing. I don't know if they're getting lots of solicitations, but in my case, I have to agree with Brandon. Get it done, move on to the next, because the next morning you're going to get more and more every day. And I work in China, I work in North America, I work in Europe. So there's always somebody awake in my world. And so what happened is China's awake, North America's asleep, the other way around. So my always full. So totally agree with Brandon. Get it done.
Yeah, I agree. Cleaning out the inbox is super important. I also think something that's important is making sure, depending upon who your audience is, that it is a well-constructed response and thoughtful, just to make sure that you can get your point across, hopefully without a lot of back and forth, so that your 500 doesn't turn into 600, 700 of just threads, because that can be, very, very time consuming. So while I think it's important to keep up on your emails and inbox and, social media requests, I think also depending upon, who your audience is, super important to be thoughtful too.
Absolutely. I think it's overrated. The whole question, what's going on with, why is this person answering their emails fast? In my case, my suppliers, my clients, if they answer me faster, I can get the job done. I can get them their answer. I can get them their order. So I don't think there should be any of this game playing where, oh, well, he's answering his emails so fast, so he's not that busy. I'm actually extremely busy, but the thing is I'm efficient. And that's what I want to get across to my clients, my suppliers, even my hockey buddies. When they ask me if I'm playing hockey, they want an answer. Is the goalie showing up or not? So what happens is, it's good that you get things done. Stop procrastinating.
So do you think that it's weird? I often will have LinkedIn open on my computer when I'm working, because I do post and I use social media as part of my business. And so it's not uncommon for me to see a message from someone literally as soon as they send it. And I reply because I don't want it backed up. I don't want to forget. And I always wonder, do people think I'm sitting around on social media, waiting for, I need someone to send me a message?
Well, I think about it from the standpoint of when somebody reaches out to my company in order to engage with us, my team has an SLA. They have to respond within a certain time frame, because we want to set the precedence that we are responsive. We're going to be there for you when you need us. So I don't see it as making yourself look like you're not busy. I think it's courteous, it's respectful, it's professional.
I also think, since a lot of the social media apps are on our phone, most of us have smartphones, we're always on it, whether we're doing work, something personal, using our GPS to get somewhere, you're going to see the notification pop up. So I think it's just kind of where we are with technology in the world, is that you're always connected. And there's always the option to, you have your little button notification if you have 3 notifications on, LinkedIn, or 2 on Instagram, or what have you. So if you can't get to it right away, you can always go back to it. But I think that's just kind of what it is. It's always in our hands. It's always on.
I think we might suffer from this, this disease of answering quick or not answering, because we live in a world of instant gratification. Everybody wants everything right away. And if you don't get it, you might get reprimanded if you don't answer somebody within an hour. I think the only time in my case where it starts to impede on my life is that I'm sitting down with my kids for supper, no phones at the table. I'm going out for supper with some friends, put the phone away. There's always some emergencies. The thing is, it has a time and place, from 9 to 5, or from 8 until 4, or from my schedule 6 until 6. The thing is, because we live in that instant gratification world, we have this pressure to answer people, but I think it's the right way to go.
I loved what you said earlier about game playing, Domenico, is that I feel like we shouldn't make stuff up. We shouldn't read stuff in. And I know for me, if I send an email to someone and I don't hear back from them for a whole business day, I'm like, did it go to spam? Should I reach out? Should I find a different way? And then, so I start making up all of this stuff too, if I don't hear back in a reasonably timely fashion. I schedule a lot of meetings. I have a lot of meetings with a lot of people in Zoom. And so if I reach out to you and I say, hey, I'm available at such and such a time, I gray that time out in my calendar. And so if I don't hear back from you, that calendar slot is full and I can't use it. So what is a reasonable time frame for me to expect someone, for me to hold a calendar spot open and to expect to hear back from someone without seeming like I'm being demanding?
A lot of things are industry specific. When you're a consultant, or when you're a psychologist, or when you're a coach, you've got to keep this open dialogue between both ends open, and there can't be this lag because you think somebody fell off the cliff. Same thing in sales. If someone's requesting an order, they want to ship, they want a confirmation of the shipping, they want to know when they're going to get it. Christmas is coming, so it really is very industry specific when it comes out, like a lot of our topics are.
I also think if it's important to the person on the receiving end, they'll respond quickly because we're always logged in, because we're always, plugged in. If they get an email, from Dr. Robyn and say, oh, she's available this time, great, let me get on this, let me respond quickly. So I think it's on both ends of, it's a priority for you. Hopefully it's a priority for the other person. If not, I would say within a business day, you kind of have your answer of maybe where you fall on the list.
Brandon, you were going to say something?
Just in terms of how long you wait, like if I'm on a meeting and I know I'm waiting for someone to join that meeting, I actually saw this question posted on LinkedIn, and it was, how long do you wait? Do you consider it to be, okay? And my thought is always 5 minutes. If you're not on by 5 minutes, I'm off that meeting and you can reschedule with me.
I give people 10 as far as that goes.
Yeah, no, I'm a 5 minutes person, because at that point, that 30-minute meeting is now cut down to 25. And you've now taken 30 minutes of my calendar time that I could have used for something else. So.
It's funny that you say that, Brandon, because I was about to ask, what do you guys consider as a reasonable reply to, an email? Is it a day? Is it a half a day? I mean, meetings are a different thing, but, when do you think something like Robyn said, did that person actually get my email? Did it go to spam? When do you start getting those feelings?
Oh, if they don't email me back within that business day, yeah, I'm generally concerned. But I also have tracking software that lets me know when it's being opened, if it's being forwarded, things of that. So if I don't see it opened yet, I feel generally pretty okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say for me, it's usually a business day as well. Then I'm like, okay, what's going on? To Robyn's point of, did it go to spam? Did I not hit send? Is it in my drafts? Like, what happened here? Because that's happened to me too, where I'm getting pulled in different directions, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking for a response, but I actually forgot to send it. So let me go and do that right now.
That's less than ideal. Yeah, for me, definitely, if I don't hear back from somebody within a business day, I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? But then I also don't want to nag.
Yeah, well, that's pretty funny. I think we're all in agreement. It's got to be that day. It's at one time, if it went longer than that, again, everyone always thinks that, it's forgotten or it's not that important.
But see, then I won't follow with a second email. I follow with a phone call. I feel like the second email is more annoying than the phone call.
Sometimes I'll switch to LinkedIn because those messages don't usually go to spam. So if I know someone's active on a social media platform, I'll switch to a social media platform because it doesn't do any good for me to send an email saying, hey, I think my email is going to spam.
I think a big problem today is because we're connected in so many different ways: social media, Messenger, Facebook, Instagram, regular email. You might actually communicate with people in such strange ways, like the Chinese have a messenger system called WeChat. So a lot of them actually contact me and send me files on WeChat. And I always find myself saying, email it so I have it in my inbox. Like messenger systems are not very, very good. So that's another complication of talking to people is you email somebody and they answer you in Facebook, or you email somebody and they answer you some other format. So it's like a roadmap of responses. And like Brandon and Bridget were saying, you've got these trails of emails that are 20 deep, 30 deep. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that is our 10 minutes. So I'm going to cut us off there. Thank you so much for having this conversation with me. I don't know if I have a good answer, but at least now I know if I don't get an answer in one business day, I'm okay to reach out and be like, hey, where are you? So thanks so much. We'll do it again real soon.